right, Summer Road Trip, episode 4. And this one is called My Ride or Die. And I love this because we're in the Psalms, Psalm 139. And thank God for the Psalms. Man, I was just sharing with Lee. I've been battling with a little bit of discouragement, depression. But just reading these Psalms earlier today helped me get some new perspective. And that's what Psalm 139, 3 through 10 does. Gives us a new perspective. And I want to encourage you to read that. It's just a great reminder that we may be afraid of what people think of us. We may be dealing with negative thoughts about ourselves. And this psalm reminds us that God knows everything about us, and yet He's with us. He'll never leave us. He'll never forsake us. He loves us. So that was an encouragement to me today. 3 ways that we can be mindful that God is our ride or die on the road trip of life. One is, point number 1, He gets me like nobody else gets me. And we all just kind of want some understanding, right? We want people to get us. And sometimes it's hard to find that because no one else wants to take the time to listen. No one else, we don't have time for each other, unfortunately. We don't make time for each other like we should. And yet, Psalm 139:1, O Lord, you have examined my heart and know everything about me. And maybe we feel worthless at times, but it's a great reminder that God's character it goes into His creation of us. And so Psalm 139, you made all the delicate inner parts of my body and knit me together in my mother's womb. Thank you for making me so wonderfully complex. Your workmanship is marvelous. How well I know it. And so God gets us, all those secret parts of you, the parts of you that maybe other people don't understand, the parts of you maybe that you're frustrated with about yourself. God gets us. That's awesome. Also, He is with me when everybody else leaves. We all can struggle with abandonment and the fear of abandonment, whether it's a friend or maybe a parent or someone important that has left you. Psalm 139, 17 to 18, how precious are your thoughts about me, O God, they cannot be numbered. I can't even count them. They outnumber the grains of sand, and when I wake up, you are still with me. I love that line, they outnumber the grains of sand. Reminds me of one of my favorite Bob Dylan songs, Every Grain of Sand. And God's with me when everyone else leaves. That's important for us to remember because there will be times when we feel alone and when the people we thought we could count on the most let us down. But God never leaves. And then the last point, for He is for me when everybody else fails me. We all need support. We all need to feel like someone's cheering us on, someone's in our corner. Psalm 56:9, this I know, that God is for me. Fear can paralyze us, can derail us, but when we know that God is for us, it can help us overcome fear. So hopefully these are encouraging to you, and the Psalms, take some time to read through some Psalms throughout this summer, and then maybe one practical thing you can do to just remember that God is with us down every road on this road trip, around every corner, is maybe just write down 3 things that you can remember that God has done in your past, 3 promises that He's kept. And just take some time to write those down and thank God for those things and let them remind you that God will never leave you or forsake you.